I have to let them know I'm watching all the details all the time, that there is not one single thing I will not catch as I am over here. Look at yours. What? Look at that. Look at this. There's nothing. Look how many blueberries your muffin has and how many mine has. Yours is falling apart. I have nothing.
What are you talking about?
It's like everything else in this place. You don't do it yourself, it never gets done.
Blueberry muffins are great. They're like mini little cakes that you can eat with an excuse in the morning. However, sometimes a blueberry muffin can lack a lot of blueberries, so why don't we change that? First, we're going to cream our butter and sugar together. This step helps the cake have a lighter texture as it incorporates more air. Much like how whipping cream has more volume in it once you whip it than regular cream out of the fridge, this does the same for pretty much all cakes. After creaming the butter and sugar together, we're going to add our eggs one at a time to ensure that it's smooth. This is really just to ensure we don't have any streaks of egg in our muffins, which nobody likes. Kinda looks like scrambled eggs to me, to be honest. Next, we're going to add our baking powder, salt, and vanilla extract. The vanilla extract and the salt are additional components of flavor, whilst the baking powder causes the little muffins to rise in the oven, making them even lighter and more tender. We're just going to give it a good mix here. Now we're going to add our flour and milk, alternating between the two 4 times. This is to help us properly incorporate much of the flour without over-developing gluten, or to develop any gluten at all. In cakes especially, we don't want any development of gluten, as the gluten would make the cake hard and chewy much like a bread. The opposite of what we really like in a cake. Make sure just to incorporate on just barely combined and then to add the remaining amount of flour in the bowl with the spatula. It'll be fine. Now we're going to go to the best part of a blueberry muffin, which is the blueberries themselves. Give them a good rinse and try to dry them as best you can before adding them to the batter. We don't want to add too much moisture here. Now we're going to line a muffin tin with the muffin cups and we're going to try to slowly add our batter. Make sure not to have any batter go in between the cupcake tins as it will cause the burn in the oven, but also don't be afraid to fill them all the way to the top. They really won't overflow. For our last step, we're going to bake our muffins at 190 degrees Celsius in a convection oven for 30 minutes. If they're browning a bit too fast, you can turn them to the regular setting for the oven, or bake for any amount of time until the toothpick stuck in the middle comes in clean. Now this is what I like to call a blueberry muffin, and I gotta say, what a great invention to make cake for breakfast.